In the first scene, Neo kicks Agent Smith, and the agent ends up flying in the opposite direction and lands to across the room while Neo is unfazed and stays perfectly still. In the second scene, Agent Smith begins shooting bullets at Neo. Neo then proceeds to stop the bullets by holding out his hand. The scenes from the movie don't make sense when considering Newton's laws of motion. A different result would have occurred if the laws were applied. In the first scene, if Neo kicks Agent Smith, then the agent will fall down backwards, while Neo will slightly move backwards as well. In the second scene, if Agent Smith is shooting bullets at Neo, then the bullets will pierce through him unless he dodges it. The first scene where Neo kicks Agent Smith violates Newton's third law. The third law of motion states that for every reaction, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The third law can be represented as F1 equals minus F2. The forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Based on Newton's second law of motion, the relationship between an object's mass, m, and its acceleration, a, and the applied force, F, is F equals m times a. Keanu Reeves, the actor who plays Neo, weighed approximately 75 kilograms in 1999 when The Matrix was being filmed. This makes the object's mass equal to 75 kilograms. Neo's leg and foot accounts for approximately 6.18% of his total body. Therefore, the estimated mass of Neo's leg and foot is 4.635 kilograms. Keanu Reeves is 186 centimeters tall. The total distance of the kick is the length of his leg. The leg represents 60% of the whole body. Therefore, the estimated length of his leg is 111.7 centimeters or 1.117 meters. If the distance is 1.117 meter, which he reached in 1 second, then the velocity of his kick is 1.117 meter per second. To count the acceleration, we use the formula A equals final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time taken. His leg wasn't moving previously, so the VI, or the initial velocity, is 0 meter per second. Since the acceleration and mass has already been found, we can count the force that Neo exerts upon Agent Smith with the formula of F equals m times a. If the force that Neo exerts is 5.177295 newtons, then Agent Smith would have exerted the same amount of force to him. However, we see that in the scene, the force that is exerted by Agent Smith is non-existent because Neo stays completely still. The force that Neo exerts wouldn't have been able to make Agent Smith fly backwards and land that far either. Hugo Weaving, the actor who plays Agent Smith, weighed approximately 75 kilograms. This makes the mass of the object equal to 75 kilograms. The force that is exerted upon Agent Smith is the same as the force Neo exerted. Therefore, we can find his acceleration with the same amount of force. With that acceleration, we can count the distance he could actually cover. Since Agent Smith stopped before he got kicked by Neo, his initial velocity is 0 meters per second. In that scene, it took Agent Smith 2 seconds to land. If it took him 2 seconds to land, then he would have only moved 0.138 meters away from his original location. However, in that scene, it clearly shows that he moved more than 5 meters. The second scene where Neo stops the bullet violates Newton's first law. The first law states that objects in motion stay in motion unless they are affected by another force. The first law can be represented as F equals 0. An external force did not affect the bullets, therefore, the bullets could not have been stopped. Its velocity is constant, it stays in uniform motion with the same speed and direction. The average speed of a bullet is 370 meters per second, and typically the mass of a bullet is 0.02 kilograms. Since there is no external force acting upon the bullet, then it doesn't accelerate, therefore there won't be a change in velocity. According to Newton's third law of motion, when Neo kicks Agent Smith, Neo should have been affected by the kick too. The force would have made him move backwards as well, because Agent Smith is applying an equal and opposite reaction to him. According to the first law of motion, there is no possible way Neo could have stopped the bullets with only his hand. The exaggeration of physics in this movie is to showcase the character's supernatural strength and paranormal abilities. The laws of physics are broken obviously to make the scenes more interesting and fun for its viewers, but it still defies the laws of physics regardless. But then again, the Matrix is set in a computer-generated world. However, that doesn't mean the laws of physics can still be applicable. I personally really like this movie, especially the actor who plays the main character. If I had to rate the second scene, I would give it an XP. It's obviously physics from an unknown universe. However, for the first scene, I would give it a PG-13. I think most people, especially kids, would find that scene believable.